Hi everyone, hello lovelies. So today we are going to have another long format messages coming for specific people. It's a specific part of the collective, I would say. Some of you have a lot of, I don't know if it's resentment. There's a mix of resentment and there's a mix of regret, overthinking for a mistake that you didn't do in particularly, but it was the actions that caused the consequences from the other person that made you to act that way. And I feel some of you wake up early in the morning and that's the first wave of guilt that hits you, and it's not supposed to be that way, yeah, because we're supposed to process it, but everybody has their own journey. It takes its own time. So what Spirit is guiding me today to tell all of you is, why do you have to feel that way? Why do you feel guilty for something that you naturally reacted to? And why do you miss them for, even though they treated you in a particular way that was not correct, why do you miss them, right? So we're going to find out, and we're going to find out what are the other messages that needs to come through. So there's a lot. There is a lot that's coming. This wants to stick out, so that's fine. Please don't mind the noise if you hear anything in the background. Okay, and here we are. So in the back of the deck we have, wonderful, we have the Fool. Look, the Fool. He has a pip in his step and he's literally going with the flow, finding out whatever happens, whatever comes, it comes, right? So I usually go with the free flow when it comes to my tarot readings, and that goes into an hour or more, depends on the questions that come up. If you ever have a private one-on-one reading with me, my mini readings, it takes minimum 30 minutes because a lot comes up for anybody who's booking a reading with me, so I'm just letting you know. So let's find out. We have a lot of cards here. So the first one is the Moon. There's a very interesting drawing here. It's a very Dungeons and Dragons kind of a theme. You know, this reminds me of our own fears. It's our own anxiety. It's our own nightmares that we manifest, really. It can also be reactivity. Then we have the Knight of Charisma. It's also very interesting. I think the Knight of Charisma is Knight of Cups. No, that's Knight of Wisdom. Knight of Charisma could be Knight of Wands. So, yeah, Knight of Wands. Something is brewing about, something is coming to serve you. You know, basically this card, it tells me you're being watched. Your reactions are being watched. It's being studied before somebody else reacts to you or they say anything else to you. So we have the Lovers. This is the Lovers card. We have the Lovers, but in reverse, right? You have choices to react. You have choices to communicate the way you want to communicate with these particular people, and you can have the desired outcome of whatever you want, really. And we have the Hierophant here, very befitting. So the Hierophant also states finding a way out, finding a way through, and you're trying to keep your values intact. I mean, all of these birds, that's what they signify for me. If there's anything that pops up for you, feel free to comment through as well. So the birds signify values. This light that comes up is more or less the truth or the unveiling of the other dimension of the value that's supposed to grow. For example, what I'm hearing through is when you show compassion to these people who have not given you the truth, they have made your worst anxiety come true. What is the next level of that value of compassion? It's for yourself first, obviously. Would you give it for them? That'll be the next one. You would give it for them. But then the next level would be, hey, do I want to give enough compassion so that the outcome is peaceful for me and them? Or do I want to give a kind of compassion where the outcome is peaceful for me, but they still face a little bit of consequences for their actions? As a choice you have. That's what the Lover's card in reverse actually is talking to me about. So we have Page of Wisdom, so Page of Cups. It's a very directing energy. It's a very onlooking energy of what's the next move, contemplating on what to do next, how to speak next, how do I open up next. It's all confirming through. Then we have the Three of Wisdom, Three of Cups. It's always good to have support. You really have a good support system. Some of you do. But I feel from my collective who are tuning into this, some of you don't. You have one or two people who are there for you, but you don't have expectations of whether they can support you or not. But you know what? Just voicing this out in a forum like Reddit or any other forum where you have people who are responsive, you can get so much more raw insight to your situation than anywhere else, because no one has anything to lose by giving an honest answer and an honest advice or an honest suggestion to a stranger. Doesn't matter. You see, you do have support if you want. It doesn't have to be necessarily inside your circle, but it could be outside your circle as well. So it's very interesting. It's a very interesting diagram there. You know, it's very funny when I was looking at this particular card, the Four of Charisma. It's like, right, so what are your priorities? What are you keeping to yourself? What are you guarding with such high intensity you don't want anybody to see? What is it? And why are you keeping that to yourself? This feels a sensitive wound that someone has touched and is scrapped on it, and now it hurts like hell. And you want to get back to them, obviously. We have the Three of Charisma. Who's coming at you? Who's not coming at you? Are you being calm in this chaos? Are you able to process things in this chaos? Well, from the voice you hear outside, I'm going to take that as a sign of chaos anyway, because it's so hard to focus when there's so much of noise going on and you're not able to have a clear sense of voice to listen through. Just like this reading right now, I'm sure you're a little bit annoyed and irritated as much as I am, because I'm trying to get something across to you and I hear all this background noise. But it's okay. Time passes. Everything passes. We have silence now, right? Now, two of charisma. Planning. Planning, planning. What are you planning? So, the spread over here is we have the lovers in reverse in conjunct with the Hierophant, in conjunct with the two of charisma. So, two of charisma, pardon me earlier when I said Knight of charisma could be Knight of Wands. Looking at the picture, I know now two of charisma is the pentacles. So priorities, what are you planning? What are you trying to do? So we have the Knight of Pentacles in conjunction with the Page of Cups, in conjunction with the Three of Pentacles. In between all this noise, where is your emotion trying to go, and how are you trying to stabilize yourself? Right? And then the major arcana that we have is the Moon in conjunct with the Three of Cups, in conjunct with the Four of Pentacles. This high sensitive wound, that anxiety they triggered in you, the fear they triggered in you. Now, from a psychology basis, take a step back, understand why this wound hasn't healed, and literally observe your reactivity. Observe why you reacted that way. Why did you speak that way? Why did you get up and just walk away without saying a word? Why are you not responding to their texts? Why don't you want to see them in gatherings? Why don't you want to sit with them in dinner? If your aunt or uncle, or if your friends who are without senior and they just want to make things a little easier between the both of you, you're really uncomfortable seeing them face to face now. But hey, you've got nothing to lose. This is my confirmation for you. You've got nothing to lose, because you did everything possible to make things all right, and they made you feel uncomfortable. So if they're walking around being all okay and dandy, what have you got to lose, right? Sorry, that was my dad passing through. Okay. Okay, first card we have is the Musician, just to confirm more. Inspiration, gratitude. Some of you may be creatives, you may create content. Some of you may be coaches or psychologists. So for someone like you, being triggered is, I understand it's not usual, right? It's unusual. People expect more out of you, and that's the least thing you want to do right now, is to react the way you react. Yeah, then we have this, the aspirant, ambition, diligence, setbacks. So no matter how you try to be a better person, there's always something that tries to come and show, well, you're a human being, so you can't be a superhuman of being a better person, right? But you can actually. If you catch yourself on time, you can, and that requires patience within yourself. It really requires patience within yourself, unless you're involved in an emotional abuse and that person keeps poking at you, they keep taunting, and they keep delusionally speaking nonsense, then it's very difficult, because that's what most abusers want. They want the reactivity out of you. Then you have to react. You have to protect yourself. But here, it's just a normal cause. These are just normal people. I feel this more work-oriented. We have the Miser. Interesting. Under the deck. Stubbornness and flexibility. This is you. This is you literally isolating yourself instead of giving yourself grace and having a dialogue. The Enchanter. See, whoever this person is that's trying to really get under your skin, it's very simple for them. They just want to they just want to see you fall gracefully from the sky. They want to dismantle your title and your reputation, saying, hey, they're not an angel. They are as worse as me. So you can't say that they're a better person than me. But the only difference of fact is you have worked hard on yourself and they haven't. That's the only difference. And your reactivity comes with a reason of you could have reacted even worse, but this was just a slight grace. And you're willing to move past this to see better things ahead with that person. And if they don't cooperate for that, then you keep your distance, right? You try to keep your distance. But if they still try to come back, you question them. What's the trade-off? What's the trade-off? Where is your self-worth being wounded? Why are you coming at me for competition? I'm not here competing with you. It's a simple question to dismantle their ego and dissolve their ego. And they're not going to come back at you with it. There's no way for them to speak about it afterwards. It's just an example I'm giving you though. So, anything else for the collective? Right? Maybe a couple more cards that came out. This painter keeps coming up about. Some of you have, you guys really need to start something for yourselves. It could be growing your own veggies, growing your own stuff, or being independent, being self-sufficient, having your own electricity, having your own water. It's just there's a lot here that's coming on about self-sufficiency, productivity, creation. This is a lot of cards, right? So we had underneath the deck the Smith. Don't overthink about it, just start it. If there's something you want to do, I see a lot of videos on homestead, and if there's something that you want to do and you want to be self-sufficient during this chaos, then go ahead. You're doing yourself a great service for you and your family, really. The path is difficult, decisions, lack of direction. Yeah, it could feel confusing. It can definitely feel confusing but you don't want to be caught up in the panic when everybody else is running around. So this is one separate message. So before that, when I was talking to the collective about handling the reactivity of people and whoever is trying to get under your skin, you will stand like the odd one out because you want to be a better person. You want to be the person with the bigger heart. You want to understand why you react the way you react, and why do you particularly miss that person even if they hurt you, right? I could be speaking about somebody being in an emotional abuse as well, but please reach for professional help if you find yourself in that kind of a predicament. And the end game, the outcome for everything is this. I am not kidding. Champion, achievement, or it could be downfall, but I see this as a win, not as a hurt. Like you've given a lot to something, the only outcome is that you win, right? I'm just going to check one more from the tarot, and if there's any other messages, then that would be it. We have Six of Wisdom, Six of Cups, but in reverse, right? So in reverse, yeah, you're definitely overthinking about it. You're definitely overthinking about the whole situation, scenario. Take a deep breath, let go. Don't worry about what's coming, don't worry about how they'll react. Love yourself enough to believe in yourself and have yourself first. Yeah? Back yourself up first before you back anybody else up. Right? That's the strongest message that's coming up here. First you, then others. Right. That's all I have for now. If there's anything that comes up that Spirit wants to say to the collective, I will definitely make a longer format video. If any of you have burning questions you'd like to ask on a private level or a basis, you can check my links out on my info page or on the bio. It's right there. And if anybody is interested in knowing the esoteric part of tarot, I feel called to make those videos, but let me know if you're interested. I'm still going to make them anyway. So I hope this reading helped. I hope these energies help. And you got this. You literally got this for yourself. Don't worry about other people's reactions. Right? If you find me talking a lot more about emotions and relationships, it's because I'm a sun in Libra and my moon is in Virgo. So I'm not going to be very expressive like a Gemini. I'm going to be very precise in telling you where your flaw is and how do you heal it and how you can welcome happiness into your life. If you find the way I speak is very blunt and cut short. But anyways, take good care of yourselves and see you in the next one.